Hello and welcome back to the final 6 holes at the Open at Austin presented by Flight Factory Discs. You're watching JomezPro on the Disc Golf Pro Tour with Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
Our leaders have lost their lead. There's nobody in the lead card right now in the top 4 in standings, and I think Niklas Anttila is tied for 5th place right now. He obviously has more holes to play than the guys that he is tied with, but Matt Orum and Gannon Buhr 1 shot back of Niklas, and that double bogey back on hole 8 really cost Joey buckets. It's going to have to be near perfection the way that we're seeing from these guys on chase card and on third card with Kyle Klein just lighting the course up right now. It's going to have to take a monumental effort with only 6 holes to go.
Hole 10 is par 3, 315 island hole. Have to get this one. Got to stick the island somehow, make a putt. We've seen a lot of aces too. There can be some magic on this one, but it is a left to right crosswind. It's a tough green to stick. We saw in the other groups earlier. A lot of action once it hits the ground. Couple tree hits. Let's see if they can get the correct angle to land this soft.
One of those aces was one of the guys that's on this here card.
Matt was showing us this flex shot. This one looks
Not
like
committed.
It got out early. Is it going to sit down?
I don't think it's going to. It does. It does.
And look where it is.
Sproink.
Very wide.
Gotta go.
Gotta stop.
Very skippy.
Gotta stop. Get out of the way, buddy. Get going.
That is fortunate that it didn't hit him because I think it was going to be out of bounds regardless, but the anger factor that we would all feel.
Sure. I don't like, it's just a little too casual for my taste with a live disc on the ground.
Especially for a player still in contention.
He's probably thinking right now it wasn't even close to
Oh, yeah. He's like, I've always had fast feet. They call me fast feet. I don't need to hurry anywhere.
Niklas, this is kind of short.
Sit.
And that big skippy play that we've seen a lot of people ace with is such a sketchy play as fast as this green is, especially with the left to right crosswind. I'm intrigued with how much drama this hole has provided. Thought it would be a little bit too much of a deuce or die, but it has not proved to play out that way, especially with Joey going long OB, and that's the same place we've seen so many drives. They just find that spot. And it has been a very strange day on the green for Gannon Buhr, just missing all sorts of putts that we're so used to seeing him hit.
Good putt there from Joey.
Matty-O hops, the disc flops.
Just left. We need to edit with the Mario jumping noise.
Boing. Been saying it for a while, man.
There it is.
Big birdie.
22 under. With a few holes, an eagleable hole coming next as well. That's big for Niklas to get back into the conversation.
Yeah, I think he's definitely linking. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think with the bogey there for Gannon, might take him out. I think the chances of winning are near zero. I think at this point with
he's 6 back, 5 to play.
Yeah.
He's got to get them all and the eagle. Because remember,
look at this thing go.
Wow. Hole 18 and 17 are
Kyle
no gimmies.
Klein is locked in. What a tee shot. That was just blistered through the middle.
This was not blistered. He's come up a bit short. For the
Yeah,
Ooh,
and that is not on his putt. That is on his approach. He's got to do better with that tee shot. Interesting one. That's the streak breaker. I mean, the last par he had was the very beginning of the round to that point, with an eagle in the middle, and to miss that approach puts a little bit more pressure on your putt because you're thinking, what the heck am I doing 30 feet away? I should be parked.
Hole 11, par 5, 1,000 feet, lands somewhere around this bunker, just short of it, and then you can go home in 2. You see all this out of bounds everywhere. This, nobody's ever going to come close to right here. Maybe this landing zone right here, and then this green, as you can see, you want it to be wide, coming in with a skip off of that road right there into this spot right here.
Players playing for the eagle. I think they're going to have to watch out for the disc going left out of bounds. Very fast on the green.
And we've seen some players overturn it to the right as well, trying to get a little too aggressive. This is nice.
That is so good. It didn't require much left or right movement. Obviously, it naturally hyzered towards the end, but Niklas just cut a lot of distance off the hole with that big tee shot. You can see Josh out there in the distance on catch cam. A good perspective of how far that tee shot really was. And these discs are nestling right by his feet. Those are two fantastic drives.
I feel like we've gotten pretty lucky with the left to right wind the last few days, even the breeze that keeps the disc straight, because in practice, a lot of people were having a tough time keeping it from going left out of bounds.
Yeah, we had a right to left in practice. I remember Chandler Fry hit the right side limbs of that tree on the right side and still managed to go out of bounds left.
Wow. Well, we've got a landing zone picked out. All those first 3 players are very close. This is extreme turn.
I like it because Gannon has a lot of stability with those big high shots. Yeah.
Wow, that's up there.
Very aggressive tee shot. And Gannon knows. I mean, he's not out here. He has that same Macbeth Wysocki attitude. He's not out here playing for third place. He is trying to win still. He needs the eagle and to birdie out.
You could really see the spin rate that Gannon generates as that thing came in, and throwing some of those tech discs. Gannon is like in a class, in the absolute elite in terms of spin rate.
Thomas Gilbert.
Yeah, so it's
Gannon
interesting.
Buhr.
It's interesting, like what that does for a shot. I won't say that I know the answer, but it's cool to think about.
This is turned over a bunch. I don't think it's going to make it back in time. It does not.
Plenty of distance, but yeah, just turned it over too much.
So Niklas knows he's got to get most of the rest. An eagle here would help. Look at this shape.
The angles are so good. Does it have the length? Sure does.
Oh my goodness. That had plenty of distance.
That could have gone out of bounds deep, I think.
How is he generating that much? That's incredible. This is going to be the exact opposite shape. I mean, well, actually, kind of forces it over a little bit.
So this is screaming in. Wow.
Oh. And that's what we're talking about there. That green is so fast, but puts the brakes on in time. Gannon has a very short putt for eagle.
Camadio save the par. Gonna have to earn it.
Mm-hmm.
Joey did well to keep this in bounds. That is a fast little spot that he threw his second shot to. Very nicely done.
Just playing his game. It's
Big putt here for Niklas. Been a little shaky in the front 9.
yeah, count it.
Eagle.
Big putt.
That's huge. Moves to 24 under.
That was a huge putt for Niklas. And that bogey is going to cost Matty O. Meanwhile, Gannon collects an eagle of his own.
That was that loose little 25-footer I was talking about from Matty. Sometimes he just finds those. He makes a lot of bonus putts, but it seems like when he gets those to fall, like we saw at the Vibram Open last year, where he was just making everything, or sorry, I said Vibram, the MVP Open. He's a tough person to beat. Let's watch Calvin here. Over the little goalie. Needs to hurry.
I like how inside this is. Gonna make the skip a little easier to attain. Get left enough. C1.
Give it to him.
Not many better in the world when Calvin's making his putts.
I would say probably nobody.
Kyle Klein, hole 17. Low.
Yeah, that's the angle you're looking for.
It's hyzering back. Does it skip? Yes.
That is exactly what you're looking for. Kyle knows it.
Wow, got really close.
20.
Kyle Klein.
26 is the number now.
Wow. Third card. We have never seen an Elite Series winner from the third card before. Kyle Klein making a good case for it. To clear the field. Those are an important 2 holes extra that Niklas has to try to catch him, and he needs to get 13 and hole 14 just to go into 17 with any kind of advantage.
18 still looms for Klein.
Sure.
I mean, no guarantee there. Of course, he could birdie it, and that would force Niklas to get 3 of the next 4. This is probably the easiest hole remaining. Easiest tee shot. I guess 14 is also can be an easy hole, but this is a pivotal tee shot.
Well, there's no trees in the middle here on this hole.
Yeah.
This is the one you got to get for sure.
Nice skip.
Yeah, that's just as good as you can throw it.
That's big time right there.
There are a lot of weird things that can happen on 14, like we saw with Kyle Klein. His drive, the best drive you could possibly even throw in the hole, and didn't get up and down. This one just requires one good tee shot. Well done. Weird skip for Gannon, but still 17 feet away. Needs a good skip. Gets a decent one. Gonna have to earn it from the edge of the circle.
If this has enough length, which I'm sure it does, should be perfect.
A decent chance at a star frame.
Another look at the drive of Matt Orum. Nice height, nice width. Height allows it to pull all the way back, and the skip nearly gets a piece of the basket.
This would be a nice find for Joey right here. Little high.
Just as a reminder, you're seeing a gray after the eagle that Gannon and Niklas had. That's for hole 12, which these players are skipping. Everyone in the field is skipping.
Just a placeholder showing par, just because all of our graphics packages, all of our scorekeeping systems are set up to keep track of 18 holes.
I asked for them to have me throw it out of bounds and then make it for the circle 3.
Nice.
I wanted to pad those stats.
Yeah, they told us to write down or to score them as 3s,
Yes.
and I think that made sense for the guys scoring on their phone. But me, as an old school paper scorecard guy, I could not bring myself to write a 3 I didn't get, so I just crossed them all out.
Ooh, incomplete scorecard. That's a 2-stroke penalty.
I'll have to take it.
Calvin Heimberg on 14 going down the middle. Look at that loving kick. Yeah, that's near. I mean, for all intents and purposes, that's just as good as Kyle's drive. It's in the opening of the gap. Paul, for me, I had a hole-in-one on hole 12 with 2 foot faults.
Okay.
That's how I got my par.
Very difficult to do.
Good putt right there.
And yeah, Calvin did a similar thing with Kyle, leaving it short, unnecessary putt distance, I would say, after that great of a drive, but makes good on the green.
And he's the 25 under.
And Calvin Heimberg right there in the mix, 10 under.
Now, Calvin's kind of in the driver's seat. If he can get home going birdie.
Sure. Hole 14, par 4, 545. 2 options here. This gap on the left or a gap on the right side to be played with right hand, backhand, hyzer. Either way, you want to end up out here near the mouth where you can choose your angle, play something in that avoids this hazard bunker, and also the woods on the left.
I like the line. Can it avoid all the ones in the middle? It does.
Great tee shot right there.
That'll set him up with, I would say, nearly 270, 280.
Yeah, I think that's fair, Jerm.
Gannon playing the forehand out to the wide right landing zone.
Hurry.
Has just enough hyzer on it to miss those.
Very good.
And our cameras are showing a little more light than what the players see with their eyes. And that is a good indicator as to why this round needed to be shortened by the tune of 3 holes. That was a lucky line there for Joseph Anderson. I think he missed his line by quite a bit, but got away with it.
Ooh. Can this get back to the... Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. A little bit of hovercraft action going down the backside of that hill.
Important approach here for Niklas.
Absolutely. Chance to pull even with Kyle Klein with birdie. A little bit low, but it's rising.
Yeah, I like it. I really
yeah.
like it.
Good.
Great shot.
Just outside bullseye.
That looks to be really nice as well from Matty O.
Get to the earth.
Yeah, that was heading down there, and he's making minis with Gannon. Joey up first, a good scramble.
Yeah.
Out of position, not necessarily a clean second shot, but out to the open in the end, and an up and down for the par. Gannon's still fighting.
Niklas for birdie.
That is a huge miss for Niklas.
I cannot help but think of another hole 14 at the USDGC final round last year, where we saw Niklas let one slip from in really tight.
Mm-hmm. And now to the tee in 18, Kyle Klein at 26 under. That tee shot looks pretty spicy. It's going left, but I think it should. Oh, way left.
Wow. Not sure there's birdie over here. No, certainly not. Laying down the roller.
And it gets back to the fairway. A good recovery shot.
Jump putt to secure the par, and it looks like he's going to do that.
And 26 is a great number as we sit right now.
Oh, you feel good about your chances.
What a round
big
for
time.
Kyle. Huge round.
Yeah, charge up the leaderboard.
12 under with 3 birdie holes eliminated. Those are 3 pretty easy birdie holes.
Yes,
so.
yes.
Here's Calvin at 26, tied with him.
Oh, pulls this one off to the right. This could find out of bounds if it kicks right at all, or it just goes out of bounds.
Hits a beer can.
And I don't think it was coming back in regardless, but that...
Look at this window.
No way does this get
Whoa!
all the way to Circle's edge.
And Calvin at 26.
He has that putt for the tie.
Yes.
Oh!
So close.
That would have been historic. That would have been absolutely historic par. For the opportunity to share clubhouse lead.
Now Kyle kind of stands alone. Only one person can catch him. And he's got to go get at least one of the next 2, which are the hardest ones to get.
And avoid bogey.
Absolutely.
18 is not the kind of hole that you just kind of go, oh, all I need is par. That'll be no problem.
Yeah, 17 either.
Yeah, neither one of them is.
no.
So you can't just pick it apart that easily. There's too much out of bounds, too many fairway trees. This one needs that flex line.
2 things to think of here. 1, Kyle Klein has won from Chase Card before last year Waco, though he is no stranger to pulling together hot rounds. 2, the original 3 holes they were going to skip were going to be 16, 17, 18, and they reshaped the 3 holes to 12, 15, 16 to have a more dramatic finish. They wanted to keep 17 and 18 as the final 2 holes for a good reason.
Super low here. Doesn't get the skip.
And if you can see the graininess in the screen, that's because it is getting really dark.
This is too high. Oh, yeah, too high.
So here it is, Niklas. The gauntlet has been laid down. This is a shot shape I really like for him.
Pretty low. Starting to work back. Great skip.
Really good skip.
From the angle that was on, surprisingly good skip forward, and that's going to be big.
I'm going to say it. Hole 17's shot shape under pressure is the hardest shot shape to throw under pressure. Something on Annie that has to... It's so easy to pull it. It's so easy to release it early. Gets a great skip off the ground, and now he has about 50 feet.
Opportunity for sure.
I just worry about the last putt.
Yeah.
The nerves are obviously there.
Sometimes the nerves lessen a little bit when you're a little bit farther away. I mean,
Sure.
see how he feels when he steps up to this one right here. Down 1 with 2 to go.
Joey trying to get back into the top 10. Tied at 12th. Okay, here we go. Looks to be about 45 feet. Maybe even 50.
Oh, heart.
Big time.
On the stripe.
And that gives you such a different set of options.
Wow. Look at the width on this thing. And then hyzering back in the middle into the pocket.
So important to not walk to 18 absolutely needing birdie.
That is a very scary hole to have to get the birdie. You're absolutely right, Nate. But it's not an easy hole to play for par either.
No.
I mean,
but you'd love to have that option if something doesn't go quite your way on the drive. And that's what he's earned himself with that putt.
and just last week, Niklas had the lead on third card going into the final holes, and he ended up taking a bogey on hole 17, which the entire league card star framed. And that ended up costing Niklas Anttila a chance at a playoff with Gannon Buhr, who eventually won. This time, Niklas Anttila is trying to hold off a third card charger with Kyle Klein's round. And what he has to do here, Nate, he's got to get a birdie.
Birdie would get it done. I think power backhand is going to be his play. He's going to try to go fairway, probably straighten it up, just try to get anywhere in the middle here. Got to avoid that left drift. Got to avoid the kick right. Those are the real bad problems we've seen from players so far. Right kick OB and left drift into the woods. It's going to reduce you to a step out forehand at best. So if he can stay in the middle, stay in the mulch, he's alive with a chance to win this thing in regulation. Straightening up perfect.
Oh, what a shot.
Oh, just a
Left
flat
side of that
landing.
Right side of that tree is trickier than the left side of it, but that's still really, really nice.
That was great. That runs into the woods just a bit.
Maddie flips it up. This might have a little too much going left. Decent little tree kick there.
In our practice rounds, that shot right there would have been out of bounds. I am so happy to see that they've opened up that left side a bit.
And you can just barely see these tee shots right now.
Wow.
It is dark.
And there's so many trees. You just kind of hate that for Niklas, that he has to play this last shot without the full advantage of seeing the line he needs to hit.
Miss it.
Oh, that was really close to a very nice angle. Just needed to turn it a touch more.
He has options. He can go sidearm wide, kind of guarantees the par. Or you can go high turnover.
It looks like he wants turnover.
Which makes sense. That's the play to get it parked.
Really, Anheuser. I mean, from the position he's in, this might have a little stability to it.
This is the moment you dream of. Opportunity to give himself a putt for the win.
High.
I like it.
Clean.
Yeah. Oh,
circle edge.
There's the circle's edge. So he's done the first part. He's given himself an opportunity. That's all you can ask for.
Gannon 1 stroke out of 4th place.
In the dark.
What a shot that was.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that nicked the bucket?
Maybe.
Real close.
This is crazy. It's just pitch black. You can see how much light is on Gannon's face from his phone. That right there really indicates how dark it is. This is outrageous. And Joe is just hoping you can't hit what you can't see. That worked out for the most part.
Yep.
That's why glow golf is so fun.
Matteo. That's a nice shot right there.
All right. Niklas, it is your turn.
34 feet, we'll call it, for the win. It's in. There it is.
Niklas, yes, there's the emotion.
Always so composed. Always so stoic. And then the raw emotion coming out to Jomez. And there's going to be a couple more fins running in here soon. I just know it.
Oh, there's one. And there's Jesse. And the whole country is also doing that at the same time. What a start for the season for Finland. Evelina in Florida, and now Niklas with his first Disc Golf Pro Tour Elite Series win here in Texas.
The first MPO Finnish champion on the Disc Golf Pro Tour in history.
Wow, incredible.
Gannon, birdie, beautiful.
Oh, that's a cool moment. That is a cool moment.
You just love to see. You can tell how much it just means to him, how bad he wanted that. We were calling him angry. He's been stomping around the course all week.
I mean, what an incredible week for him. The short miss putt that he had back there on 14 was just uncharacteristic. He obviously had the near tap and miss round 1 on hole 9.
Now he gets a nice little cowboy hat.
Champion, Niklas
And there's maybe no person on tour I want to see wear a cowboy hat more than Niklas Anttila.
Yes.
It fits you real well, friend.
Hell yeah, cowboy.
Such a cool trophy. But Niklas, nearly perfect final 6 holes, just that one tap in.
Look at the emotion hitting him now.
Oh. This is a cool moment, folks.
Thank you all. When I came in the US for the first time in 2022, I only had one goal in my mind, and it was to be the first Finnish disc golf player to win on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and I did it today. Feels good. Yeah, the whole day was crazy. I didn't know what's gonna happen. At any times I felt like. Also, we were kind of running for the last 3 or 4 holes, running out of daylight, but I was just telling myself to focus on the next shot, and that's the most important thing. Yeah, of course I was second as well last week in Waco, and after that I felt like I don't want to miss any more chances. If I'm gonna get one, I want to dig deep and focus on the next shot. And yeah, I was telling myself before every shot that this is the most important shot in your life, and it worked out. I don't know how, but I felt like pretty relaxed. I don't know what it was. It was just like meant to be, maybe. Oh my god. Sorry guys. Because of disc golf, I'm away from home like 6 months of the year, every year, and I sacrifice so much for the sport. I want to thank my family, my girlfriend, all my friends back home, and Discmania. Thank you all.
That's amazing.
Incredible.
It's been a long time coming. He's obviously a very young man, but for Finland, the most disc golf crazy country in the world, these guys have been out here. They're just some of the happiest guys you can run into on the practice field, on the course. Every time I see any of those guys, they're always so excited to be here, and they just love the game. And I don't know what it was, 3 a.m. maybe in Finland when that putt dropped, but I promise you that they were up off their couches jumping.
Mm-hmm. Celebrate with a shot of Fisu for sure. Congratulations, Niklas Anttila, first ever Finnish Disc Golf Pro Tour champion. I mean, it couldn't have gone to a better guy. A friend of Jomez, a friend of disc golf, and if you ever get a chance to meet him in person, he's just an outstanding human being. So nothing but congratulations to him. Also, hats off to Kyle Klein, an incredible run. 12 under in 15 holes to put a serious charge for the first ever third card champion. Very, very close to having a playoff, but in the end, the Finnish man was clutch when he needed to be.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen something that exciting in a very, very, very long time. Maybe USDGC a couple times in the playoff and stuff, but to see him have to make that big putt on 17, throws it to 35 feet. It's the distance that you dream about making. Because you can come off your putt, you can run it down.
Yes.
Like you said, you could see just the raw emotion in his speech and everything. And Niklas is just a great kid. He really is.
And how lucky are we? I mean, we're 3 tournaments deep, and we're seeing the greatest battles we've ever seen every week. And it's just going to keep on going on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Incredible level of play, and just huge congratulations. Niklas Anttila, your champion. So awesome.
See you guys in 2 weeks in Houston for the Texas 8 Disc Golf Championships.